everybody, today we're gonna learn about Python part 2, if and else statement. Okay, so first, let's get started. What is a if statement? Let's get started with if. If is a code that only will run if the statement is true. Okay, so how do we make a if statement? Okay, so let me teach you how. First, we need to type if, and what if the statement. Okay, let's just create a variable equal 1. Okay, so a statement. What is the statement? What is the condition for us to run? Okay, so if a is equal to 1, I'll explain later why is it with double equals. Print a is equal to 1. A is equal to 1. Okay, so now why do we use double equals? So first, if you want to know how, you need to learn about comparison and assignment. If you want, assignment is with the single equal. Like assignment is what do we want to do. Assignment is what do we want to do. It is an assignment, like your school. You have an assignment. This is what we want to do. We want to create a variable which is 1, and we want to comparison if we want like a condition. If you want to do a condition like a equal 1, it is a condition if a is equal to 1, so it is with double equals. Okay, so let me write it. Comparison is with double equals, and assignment is only with 1 equals. Okay. And there's not only equals in if statements, there's also like if a is less than 1, higher, everything we need to compare. And if a is not 1, we use not. If it's not 1, then we want to print this. It doesn't run because is it not 1? No, it is 1, so this is not true. And let us try smaller than. If a is smaller than 1. No, it don't run because a is not smaller than 1. Okay, so a is not smaller than 1. Let's try the bigger. Is a larger than 1? No, a is not larger than 1. So a is equal to 1. So a is 1. Okay, so now we're get if done. Now we will learn about else. Else. Okay, so what is an else? Let me delete this. Let me just undo this. Okay, now let's go to the else. Else if a condition is not true. The opposite of if. Okay, so what is else? Else, like I just said, is if a condition is not true. Not true. When did it change? Okay, so if we want to do a if, like if 1 plus 1 equals 2, then it's true. This is an if. If you want to write else, you have to put it below it. Else, enter. And if you can see, there's two spaces like the if. We'll get to that later. Else, print 1 plus 1 is not 2. Okay, so it is true. It just printed this. It doesn't print this. Just like I said, else is a condition if it's not true. And if 1 plus 1 equal to false? No, so it won't print this. So it won't print. Okay, so let's try to change this to 100. Now, it printed this, not it is true, because if only run if the statement is true. So 1 plus 1, is it equal to 100? No, it is not true, so this won't run. Okay, so we're done with else. Now, if you are wondering like before, why do we have two spaces, or it is called indentation? Two spaces is called indentation. So indentation is how we know how Python know that this code is inside the else of the if. So like if it's like this, it won't know if the else is this is inside the else or not. The else will be empty because it doesn't know that this is part of the else. For example, if Python like we don't need two spaces, that will be great. Like for example, there's like hundreds of code, and then we don't want this to be inside the else, so everything will. But this is inside the else, maybe. If Python was not like that. So that's why we need things called indentations. Now, this is the bonus one. We are going to learn about elif. Elif is kind of like if, we just write it. But we need another condition, like 1 plus 1 equal 2. Now you want to print, yeah. Okay, so it's kind of like an if. So why does it not run? Because it is not right. It is false. Now let me just say if it is 2. Okay, it's gonna load. Let's just wait for a while. Oh, sorry. I forgot the double equals. Oh yeah, it's supposed to be a plus. So it is true, but why doesn't it print yet? So first we need to see the order. If like both of this is true, for example, we have 100 of elif.
From my perspective, it seems that
If we have 100 of elif,
looks like we kind of have more detailed field because we already performed UAP, user training, and how to do the
and all the
first 20
conditions.
qualities instead of the
If one of them is true,
looks like
none of them will
second
be executed anymore. For example, is this true? If this is true, then the below it will not be checked anymore. None of this will be checked.
That's my opinion.
None of this will be checked. None of this will be executed. Except the else. If all of this is not true, then the else will run. And for example, this is false, like this is equal to 100, and this is the one that is 2, and this is 100. Both of this is false. This is the one that is true.
So,
so this one is gonna be executed unless the other ones.
Phase 2 and phase 3 will be running at the same time.
Sorry, wait a second.
When implementing the 20 reconciliation processes, right? That's one of the concerns I think we are not proposing. Like we are splitting our priorities into different at the same time. Oh, I see.
Hello, sorry for the delay. Okay, so like I said, we need to find if this is correct, none of below the code of the elif will be checked. Let's just write this in 2, 3. No, I'm just gonna write. Sorry. 2. There you go. Let's just, yep. Let's just add a 0 in here. Yeah. Oh, sorry, this is outside the string, which we already know in part 1 of the video. If you want to check out that, it will be in the link of the description. Okay, so it runs 0 yet because none of this code is not executed, so only this elif is only executed, as I said. Okay, so that is for the event elif. I will see you in another video. Goodbye.